child is a child, and just like any other child in the world, has the right to happiness, health, and to grow with dignity. A child's happiness knows no boundaries, just as there are no boundaries to offer help, nor the means to achieve it. Help is a moral value that goes beyond all borders. It is a universal moral value, especially when you help these children who come from indigent Mexican families whose only richness comes from the hope of help from friendly hands. There are no borders when it comes to help. To help is to give something for ourselves, to a person or people who really need it, as do the children at St. Andrew's Children's Clinic.
On clinic day, it's pretty wild. You'll see 250 ill children with all their parents and cousins with them, and you'll see, all those volunteers, and everybody's kind of running into everybody, but it's in God's hands and it always works. It's been called the Clinic of Love, and that certainly is what it is.
St. Andrew's Children's Clinic has been in existence for 34 years. For more than 3 decades, it has provided free medical attention to thousands of children from indigent Mexican families. St. Andrew's Children's Clinic works thanks to a responsible alliance through the joint efforts of donors, doctors, nurses, therapists, practitioners, and a very dedicated and joyful group of volunteers whose goal is to make life easier for the sick children and their families.
The only reason it works for us is, again, our volunteer base. When you think that we have 150 to 250 volunteers that are willing to give up their weeks, their days, whatever, to help support this, that's the base of it. That's what makes it happen. As well as SEMA Hospital with all their wonderful volunteers. Then the doctors give up their vacation and come to us instead of vacationing and do surgery here. But it's just, I think it's just one of those miraculous things that we've worked out. And again, our base at St. Andrew's Children's Clinic, when I talk about volunteerism, some of these women have been there since the beginning. Coca was one of them that really started with her child 34 years ago when she had a sick child, and then has been there ever since. Patricia has been there for 30 years, fixing meals for all of these people. So our dedication is so complete that it's just extremely unusual.
St. Andrew's Children's Clinic is an unusual clinic. The first Thursday of every month, a miracle happens at St. Andrew's Episcopal Church in Nogales, Arizona. In there, every space available is used to its fullest. All furniture and equipment is placed to be used in the best possible way by the children who very early in the morning cross the border at Nogales, Arizona with their relatives. Since the majority of these families do not have the money to pay for the necessary documents to cross the border, the Office of Customs and Border Protection understood the need and have for the last 30-some years provided these children and families with the bridge between availability and need by giving special permits that allow us to tend to these very special children and help them to the extent that their abilities will allow.